My people, my people. My people now having a day today. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Depending from where you listen to the sound of my voice. This one na Biafra Superstars Media and I'm holding it down. I say may God bless Biafra. And may God bless His Excellency Oyendo Mazenam the Kano. May God bless, 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 may God bless. His Excellency, the Prime Minister of Biafra, USB. His Excellency, ESN, Ekpa, Simon and Joko, for the job Simon is doing. Simon, I want to say we thank you. We appreciate you. We love you because we know in your hands, Biafra has come. In your hands, Biafra will be safe. And in your hands, now that Biafra has come, the people of Biafra will rejoice. When I say the people, I mean the men, the women, the children, the old, the young, the sick, the mild, the gentle, the civilized and the uncivilized. Those born in Biafra and those born in the bite of Biafra, we shall all come together under one voice, under one accord, under one union, under one umbrella, under one government, under one God. Oh my God. And scream for Hallelujah Day, the day that the God of Biafra has made. Fellow Biafrans, today, I told you something some few weeks ago. I said, whenever there is a time for fundraising, these guys called the Brgie government, they come with a government magic. The other time we saw Elias Garasolis coming around talking some nonsense on a Friday. Last week, we saw the acting prime minister, the finance minister, the defense minister, the man that carries the money to the men on ground, the man that controls the fundraising, the man that does not give account to the fundraising that they are raising, the man who keeps all the money, the man who, when they called him to give an account of how much he had in the purse, he said he was driving. He said he was on a journey. He was on a journey to Washington to meet American people, American government. He was driving on a journey, going on a journey, and he was so busy to give financial accounts. That man, Oge Nkere, every time he came and said, oh, I want to read out the progress. And I was watching. And what's so funny is the progress was pictures again, photo of the men in Washington and all those things. I will tell you one secret. I'm being careful because if I say this thing now, the zoo, they will be happy somehow, the zoo government. So I will not say it because it will be me still shooting myself on the foot. I would have exposed what is happening by those pictures you are seeing, but let me not go there because I will lose both ways. If I make that statement or the revelation, I will lose both ways. So for now, I will not say it. I won't tell you those pictures you are seeing in Washington. Why it's coming about, what it's all about, and why it's possible. I will not discuss it. But for now, my people, the new one, they are saying now, say, then talk, say, they don't discuss with Simon Ekpa. Them talk, say, they sent the head of CRC to Finland to see Simon Ekpa one-on-one. Fellow Biafrans, now you believe me when I said Simon Ekpa, where he's being held, is an isolated environment. Yes, you will have the best of food. Don't get me wrong. In the Western world, you'll be eating like a king. When they hold you somewhere, your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, your fruits, your vitamins, you'll be having it. If you're a vegetarian or pescatarian, whatever, they will give you the meals accordingly. If you're a heavy eater, they will give you big food chop. You understand me? So don't get it twisted. When they say they are holding Simon Ekpa somewhere, don't assume, those in Nigeria, don't assume now your DSS, office or where they're holding them Kano or your presence in Nigeria. Wash your brain, your mind from that nonsense. Don't assume that's what Simon Ekpa is going through. He's not being tortured. He's not, suffering or whatever. He's only going through a psychological trauma because you have the best of food, everything, but you don't have access to go outside and you don't have access to the internet. Those two things are vital in this gospel for Biafra. So those are the only two things he's lacking. But nobody is flogging him. Nobody is waking him up in the morning to punish him. Nobody is telling him, say, oh, you don't. No, that doesn't happen. But he's being held in total isolation and incommunicado. I keep using that word, incommunicado. It means he cannot communicate with the outside world. So now you tell me, a man who doesn't have access to the internet to see what we have been doing, to see the good job of Dr. Ngozi Orabweze against the job of Oge Nkere, a man who cannot decipher, who cannot, make a judgment on what they are doing in the outside world. He is limited to the information he has. He is limited. He is limited. So unfortunately, those who have his ears, they have been pushing the gospel of Oge Nkere. When he said, oh, fall back to Brgie, now you will hear them talk, say, oh, yes, we have now fallen back. You know that's not true. So Simon Ekpa is thinking what they are saying is the truth. If at all they saw him. Because it makes no sense. If the CRC man and the rest of them went to see him, how come there are no pictures? If say, okay, we can't take pictures. When we were going to Finland, we were all happy. We were taking pictures at the airport. When we got to Finland, we took pictures. When we got to the environment, you took pictures. When you are outside that place they are holding him, take pictures now. No, there are no pictures. All what we are getting is word of mouth. So at this point, make we hear Sonia Apkarawa break down or read out a statement after the so-called visit of our Prime Minister, His Excellency Mazi Ekpa Simon Njoko. Then at the end, we go hear Oge Nkere, the acting Prime Minister, the Finance Minister, the Chief of Staff, the one who is doing the defense, the man who communicates with all those jobs in one. One man having all those powers. You will hear him do a recap, Oyibo, of their visit to His Excellency. Obatobi, I couldn't chamber walk on Mazi Simon Ekpa. Fellow Biafrans, if you are ready, follow me in this journey. Make that follow me. Follow me in this journey. Listen.
You have. So in line with every mitigations done to see that he rejoins us in no distance time, the Biafran Republic government in exile officially visited the Prime Minister in the prison detention.
Okay.
On a one-on-one physical visit.
Okay.
We don't mean the one we speak on phone or we send the attorney. We mean the officials of BRGI.
Hold on there. On a one-to-one visit. It means they were there at the premises and Simon Ekpa was sent to the invitation office. They met him there one-to-one. They had a discussion and they have come back with a message. Okay, let me follow you on this journey. Let me follow you. Listen.
We're physically present with the Prime Minister to speak to him, to know his welfare, to know how things are going, and to know the way forward about his release.
Okay.
So to this very end, he sent a message to the Biafran people. Some people perceive that we said we are going to go and see the Prime Minister. No, we have gone and come back.
Okay, because last time, Oge said we are going to see the Prime Minister. We are on a journey. We are embarking on a journey, Oyibo, to visit the Prime Minister. But today, now, on a Friday, a day to fundraising. 24 hours to fundraising. The story now is, we have gone to visit the Prime Minister. Where is the itinerary? Where is the flight? Where are the pictures of the team that went to Finland? From we are going to we have gone. We are going, we have gone. We are going to see Simon Ekpa. We have gone to see Simon Ekpa. Let's continue.
So we are here to deliver the message of the Prime Minister to the Biafran people.
Okay.
On Friday, 28th of March 2025, Honorable Emma Maduboum, the CRC Advisory Chairman, and Honorable Oge Nkere, European Representative, Deputy Secretary General of Biafran Government, arrived in Finland on an official BRGI assignment to meet with our Prime Minister, His Excellency Ekpa Simon Njoko. The primary purpose of their visit was to discuss the ongoing effort to secure the Prime Minister's release and freedom. The actual meeting with our Prime Minister occurred on Saturday, 29th March 2025. And upon arrival at the facility, the BRGI contingent were escorted to the room where our Prime Minister was waiting for them. He greeted the BRGI contingent with an infectious smile, warmth exuding strength, confidence, and hopefulness for Biafra. The BRGI contingent spent 45 minutes with our Prime Minister and had a fruitful discussion with him. As you all know, the lawyers are actively working to secure the release of our Prime Minister, His Excellency Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko.
Hold it there. He went from the Brgie team, sat down with him, and he stopped there. He now started a new sentence or a new paragraph by saying, as you all know, Simon Ekpa's legal team are working towards releasing him. Can you see the way they jump? From telling you the story, he can't jump, say, as you all know, the legal team is working. He said, the team from Brgie went to the room and saw him. They sat down, and with a warm smile, Simon Ekpa welcomed them. He now ended the story there. He started a new paragraph. As you all know, the legal team is working to release him. That doesn't make sense. Where is the conclusion? Where is the body of the message? When you're writing a letter, where is the body of the letter? Where is the meat of their visitation? Because you jumped. You skipped from that, and now you're talking about the legal team. But you are here to address us about the visitation of the Brgie team. You see me, I am somebody nobody can fool. Oh. I know why I am laughing and cracking jokes, because if I come out in my real self, the zoo will panic. They will know there's a problem. A tsunami is in town, and I'll be shut down. This is my 5th channel. Whenever I say the gloves are off, the zoo panic and they shut me down. Hence, it's not yet my time. My time will still come. It's not yet my time. So for now, I am doing laughing, caricature, satire. That's the best way to survive in this world of social media, where you are still giving the message, but they use laugh, they give the message. That way, when they report you to all the social media platforms or whatever, they will watch the video. They'll say, no, this guy is just funny. He's just being funny. He's a funny guy. You should love what he's doing. Look at his videos, they are colorful. There is a frame, a colored frame, color going around the whole frame. The discography of his video are fun. This guy has, there is no harm in this guy. Somebody told me that was the best way to go. Come with a satire. During those days, in the king's court, That's the way they used to insult the kings, those jesters, those clowns. They are cracking jokes, but they are insulting the king. The king will have to laugh. Even the men around him, they will laugh as well. The councillors will laugh. But technically, it is when they get home, while they are sleeping, that joking way that message was said will now marinate in their mind, body, and soul and give them the real information. Because the brain works in a funny way. Sometimes it's the funny things that you retain in your mind. So when he made that story, say, oh, the Brgie team went to the office or the room where Ekpa was held. And with a big smile, with a warm smile, Ekpa was smiling and he welcomed them. Apkarawa now stopped there and started a new paragraph. You all know the legal team of Ekpa are doing everything, to set him free. That does not make sense. Where is the meat of what they went to do? The body of the letter. Now, make now leave me alone. Make now leave me alone, because if I start, you guys cannot stand this guy. I'm not showing my face and you are all panicking. What if I start showing my face? Dizu we know say there is a problem. But for now, I go Sampam. I'll keep on waiting, observing, and watching you guys with my side eye. Let's take it back. Hear what he said. Listen to what he said. Listen.
With our Prime Minister and had a fruitful discussion with him. As you all know, the lawyers are actively working.
Boom. Discussion with him. As you all know, the lawyers are actively working. Why come and discuss about the lawyers? We know about the lawyers all this while. For the past 4 months, they've held Ekpa. We've been hearing about the legal team of Ekpa. Forget about the lawyers. Tell us what your men went to do. Those you sent to Finland, tell us their message. This is the problem. This is the, you see, Ekpa will always, yes, if you go and say, hello, how are you? Udodi. Kekwano. What brought you guys here? Thank you. When I go discuss, but he will not give you anything vital. There will be no message say, go and tell them Oge Nkere is the man. Go and tell them I reject Dr. Ngozi Raboise. Go and tell them. He won't do that. He'll be smiling. Say, okay. Now don't come here. Okay. How is your health? How was your flight? Okay. Good. We thank God. Yeah. Okay. Before you know it, 45 minutes is gone. There'll be nothing vital to discuss. You cannot discuss anything there. You cannot discuss anything in that environment. Nothing about Biafra. Nothing about the government of Biafra. Nothing. You can't do it. Because he's been held because of that. You see him? So you're only going there to discuss udo. Yes. We miss you, sir. Yes, sir. We love you, sir. That's all you'll be saying. You cannot discuss anything more than that. Biafrans, don't allow anybody to confuse you. He's been held somewhere. Not because they are punishing him there. No, they cannot punish him. Finland cannot try that nonsense. They can't do that. The only thing they can do is keep on holding him, following due process. Every Friday, they review the case, but they have a deadline. We should be around May 26th. At least that's date. That's the grace period they have. May 26th. That's the grace period. After that time, I'm sorry. They will now be forced, compelled to move to the next stage. Either to charge him or set him free. But I thank God, say, in Finland or even in the world, we have what they call the freedom of speech. I can be anywhere in the world and say what I want to say about the zoo government, about burning down Nigeria. And if tomorrow Nigeria is burning, nobody will come and hold me and say, oh, because you said burn down Nigeria and today Nigeria is burning, it means you are responsible. Yesterday you say burn down Nigeria. Today Nigeria they burn. It means you are responsible. Where is the proof? In court they call it the writ of habeas corpus, Oyibo. You see me, I am jack of all trade, master of all. I'm the only one that can confirm to be jack of all trade because I read and studied verse. So they will tell you, say, where is the proof? You must prove that I did what I said without any form of reasonable doubt. That's the problem. That's why Nigeria is running. That's why they are panicking. That's why they came with these tactics to be giving out evidence small, every 2 weeks, every week, until the 26th of May. Because Nigeria has no case on Simon Ekpa. In fact, what happened in that zoo, the killing of people, and Uromi, you see the different story. That shows you the yardstick. It shows you that when we defend ourselves, Nigeria come hard on us. But when the terrorists are killing us, it's okay. Don't discuss it. Don't ask. Don't tell. But when you defend yourself, as the case in Uromi, suddenly the weight of Nigeria, the military might of Nigeria is put upon you. In Uromi, men we saw with ammunitions driving from state to state without license, state to state, city to city, town to town, village to village, compound to compound, bush to bush, with ammunitions. But in Biafra land, let our governors learn. Those idiots, they call the governors there. Let them learn. Because in our own case, we saw the story of that young boy that they claimed there was a bullet found close to him. They held him and said, who are you? Oh, I'm going to the stream to go and fetch some water. I went to the farm, I'm thirsty. I want to go to the stream to get some water for my parents. They looked at him, there was nothing on him. Somebody can't see a bullet a mile away. He said, oh, I don't see a bullet, oh, he's a shooter. I don't see bullet, oh, he's a shooter. And they shot him on the head, they killed him. Compare those two scenarios. Somebody you caught without any weapon on him. But one of your men said, oh, I have found a rusty gun or a bullet somewhere on the floor. I found a bullet on the floor. And you imposed it on that man and you killed him. Now in Uromi, men in a vehicle, in a truck, they hid their guns. For the fact you are hiding your guns, it means deep inside, you know, say, if it's in the public, there is a problem. Why are you hiding it? If you're a hunter, you don't hide your guns. But you hid your guns underneath the truck. And when they stopped you, you were being, you were agitating. They argue with them. They stopped and searched that truck and saw where you concealed your weapons. They stopped and searched the truck and saw where they concealed their weapons, where them hide their weapons. And the rest was history. But today, the one when they don't see with anything, they saw a bullet a mile away, they killed him. That doesn't make a news. But those when carry the weapons, it's a breaking news. Now the zoo government is talking, Tinubu is talking, the military are talking, Musa, the Islamic fool with the Christian name is talking. All the media houses, they are talking. But when it happens in Biafra land, they don't speak about it. So Finland now has a perfect knowledge of how Nigeria roll. Say, oh, okay, now I see. Those who want to defend their people, they shut them down. But when the warriors of the Fulani headsmen are doing what they are doing to the people of Biafra, nothing is being discussed about it. When the soldiers, the foot soldiers, the vigilantes of the governors in that zoo called Eastern Region, when they do what they do and kill the innocent, put a bullet in someone's head because they found the bullet on the floor, where is the gun? It makes no sense. Say you find a bullet, but you didn't find the gun. It makes no sense. That guy had to die. They buy the guy because say they found a bullet on the floor, not on him, on the floor. That's the standard they use. That's how they see the life of the Biafrans. Think about that. But in the case of Uromi, they saw these guys with concealed weapons. Nigeria, God have mercy. I said all that to say this. Finland knows Simon Ekpa has no case. Nigeria cannot prove their case against Simon Ekpa. Don't be deceived. All what they are doing is time wasting. Like in a football game, it's almost end of the game. So you take the football to the wing in the whole land there just to slow time down. Or you fall down, you pretend you are injured. That's what Nigeria is doing to Simon Ekpa. They want to extend the duration to make sure, say, the maximum amount of time to hold Simon Ekpa is being applied in his case. And Finland had to do it. Why? Because of two things. Their interest in gas and oil from that zoo called Nigeria. But they forgot the resource is owned by the Biafrans. So Finland will pay a price very, very soon. And now let's take it back and play it again. I won't stop them. Listen.
With an infectious smile.
Listen again.
Was waiting for them.
Listen, please. Listen. Listen to what happened when they met Simon Ekpa. I will allow it to flow now. I rest my case. Listen to what happened when they saw Simon Ekpa. Please, listen.
Was waiting for them. He greeted the BRGI contingent with an infectious smile, warmth exuding strength, confidence, and hopefulness for Biafra. The BRGI contingent spent 45 minutes with our Prime Minister and had a fruitful discussion with him. As you all know, the lawyers are actively working to secure the release of our Prime Minister, His Excellency Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko.
Hold it there. At that point, he said nothing about the nitty-gritty of their visitation. He smiled with them and they moved, the lawyer, whatever. Let's continue.
Ambassador of Peace. And here is his message to Biafrans. He said, and I quote, "Extend my warmest regards and love to all Biafrans." He encouraged each of us to remain strong, resilient, and consistent. As a freedom, and as our freedom is not and non-negotiable, and lies firmly in our hands, he holds those who have stood firm during these trying times in high regard and calls upon all of us to wear our bravery garments going forward. However, he is deeply saddened by those who are waiting on the sidelines and on the fence or expecting him to be released before continuing the struggle for our liberation.
Okay.
The Prime Minister assured Biafrans that he stands for total freedom for our people and asks everyone to lend their support to BRGIE now more than ever before.
Okay.
because our actions today will guarantee our freedom and will echo throughout history.
Hold it there. That's a plug-in for fundraising. Simon Ekpa is worried that some people are on the sideline, watching, observing, not showing full support to Brgie. No, that is fundraising. Those on the sideline means they are not donating to Oge Nkere. From the other side, where they said fall back. That's what that thing means there. Those watching from the sideline. So please, understand what's going on. Every weekend, a day to fundraising. Expect some braggadocious claims happening. I'm here to speak the truth. I'm here to call a spade a spade. I'd rather you guys do what you are doing. Nobody's stopping you. But please, don't cajole the people. Don't make the 80 million Biafrans to assume that your so-called contingents that went to see Simon Ekpa, according to you, that they were discussing Biafra with him in that place. It is impossible. You cannot discuss Biafra in the place where Simon Ekpa was held. You cannot discuss any meaningful information. Only those who could see him, I repeat, are the legal team, the relative and family, the family or the wife or partner for conjugal visit. Conjugal visit to, to make love once in a while. And once they are there, the only thing they are discussing, hey, hi sweetheart, how are you, honey? How's your health? Okay, I love you. The kids are fine, stay strong. Oh. Are you eating? Okay, that's all they're discussing. Then the legal team, they're only discussing his case. You see him? The legal team is discussing the case, not the day-to-day activity of Biafra, implementation. No. They are discussing the case that Simon Ekpa has, the allegations against Simon Ekpa. So, okay, well, Simon Ekpa, we're still waiting. There is no update yet. They've not taken it to court. They are just reviewing it. I've been told they have no more evidence on you. They are still waiting. They are reviewing. On Saturday, they will do a new review. Then on Monday, we shall discuss to see what they're doing about it. Is that okay? Oh, yeah, that's fine. Oh, okay, but this reviewing now, when will it end? Well, unfortunately, Simon, there's a timeline where they can review up to. It seems the government want to, exhaust the whole time they've got against you. So the review takes place on Friday, 2 p.m. I'll be there with my legal team, and we'll discuss with the, with the military status and the government officials to see what they are reviewing and if there's a new update. Now, on the review date, technically, what they are reviewing is the information on ground and if there is something new added. The information they have on ground, is it strong enough? And if there is a new evidence added, that's what they are reviewing. You see, during the review date, it's not a court case, so don't get it twisted. On the review date, it is not a court case. They are only reviewing the information they have on ground. So, okay, on this day, we are reviewing the case of Simon Ekpa. This is a young man who's based in Finland. He's a politician in Finland. Now, Nigeria, the government of Nigeria has accused him of, causing violence and terrorism acts in Nigeria. They claim because of Simon Ekpa, people are being killed, in the southeast. And, those that came forward against Simon Ekpa, we've got the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs from Nigeria, they call it Nigeria, and the governors from the southeast in Nigeria, the politicians from the southeast in Nigeria, they all came with the evidence. They say they believe it is Simon Ekpa who is doing it. And they said the way he gets his funding to carry out his terrorist act It's every weekend. They do fundraising online, and this money is being sent to, some non-state factors to attack and kill, cause mayhem and ground. Also, the same Simon Ekpa, they say he's responsible for the sit-at-home in the southeast, and if they refuse to sit at home, he sent his men to kill them. This is the accusations against Simon Ekpa. This is how they speak in those countries. I've lived in Denmark, Norway, Sweden. I've not lived in Finland before. And that's the way they speak. And Simon Ekpa. They're saying from Norway, and the governors from the southeast. So not Nigeria, the Nigerian government, the DSS, they said, the governors from the southeast, they brought a document, and they want the government of Nigeria to come together and help them to discuss with Finland to, remand Simon Ekpa and warn him of his actions is causing problems in Nigeria. And they say this is particularly in the southeast, the eastern region, or a place called southeast in Nigeria. So Simon Ekpa is responsible for these problems, these issues. So far today in the review, we have one more evidence from the southeast politicians. They said last week was sit at home in Nigeria in the southeast, and somebody was killed and his car was stolen, and they believe it is the men of Simon Ekpa that did it. So add this one to the case file of Simon Ekpa. We shall review again next week, Friday. We'll review again and see if we have strong evidence against Simon Ekpa to take him to court. Case dismissed. Boom. To next week. This is what is happening in the review. It's an archaic law in Finland that if you are being suspected of being a terrorist, they will have to hold you somewhere incommunicado. That's the problem. And Nigeria, being a 419 country, being a fraudulent country, they have exploited that law in Finland. That's my anger with Nigeria. That's why I hate Nigeria with a passion. A place where they condone criminality, then they condone 419, they condone fraud. That's my anger with them. You understand? That is why I hate them. They condone criminality. But we thank God, Simon Ekpa is based in Finland, because if it was in Nigeria, the nonsense evidence they have, they will use it to rope him in. If he was in Nigeria, they would have used those nonsense evidence against Simon Ekpa. And before you know it, for 4 or 5 years, they'll be holding him there. They may not have a case against him, but the way they are slowing down Nnamdi Kanu is the same thing they would have done. So I thank God. I give God the glory that Simon Ekpa is based in Finland. So the worst Nigeria can do is what they are doing now. Review the case, review the case, review the case, review the case, review the case. Do you now get it? That's the way they roll, my people. Don't be deceived. Don't be confused. That's the way they roll. Let's continue.
Our Prime Minister strongly reminded the BRGI contingent not to forget this very one to the Biafran people. Obato BA says, tell the Biafran people that I love them very much. And I am committed to the total freedom of our people.
That's a general statement. We know he loves us. We know he likes us. We know he's ready to give his all for us. So what's the new thing you've got from your contingent, as you call them, that went to see him? What's the new message? I forget story, I beg. The gullible ones will fall for this. The gullible, the deaf, the dumb, the blind, the vulnerable. Now you see why I'm praying every day. For the deaf, the dumb, the blind, the uncivilized, the vulnerable. You see why I'm praying for them. Because to call a speed, these 80 million Biafrans we're talking about, 70% might be vulnerable, might be naive to what we are doing. They move according to the wind flow. As the wind they blow, they are moving with it. So we must pray. Those are the ones we must protect. That's why somebody like Adadiolamma is dangerous, because she speaks. She does her program with Igbo, native language. If she is not controlled, she can do more harm than good. Because let's call a spade. The heartbeat of Biafra is in the southeast, where they zeroed in and call it southeast. The Fulani, they're very, very smart now. They don't cut. Because, okay, this last place, this is the heartbeat. Let us put them somewhere and call them southeast. And we shall blame them for everything. Every other place, they are okay, but in the region, in the eastern region, they're all fine. We can manage them. We can manipulate them. But this one we call southeast, this area are the problems. So that's exactly what they are doing. Adadiolamma speaks in Igbo. And she resonates with the heartbeats of Biafra. That's why we have to be careful. She's very, very dangerous. She's dangerous. I'm saying this now. Yes, you might say, oh no, she's not educated. But she speaks the language of the gods. She speaks the language of the heartbeat of Biafra, the core base of Biafra. So she's very dangerous. We have to be careful. I will implore those who are very fluent to start doing programs in Igbo. Start doing programs in Igbo to educate the vulnerable living in the heartbeat. Because as goes the heartbeat or the heart, so goes the body. As goes the heart, so goes the body. If the heart stops, that person is dead. If the brain is dead, the body can still be on a vegetable state. They are still feeding you through tubes, all those things. You dey shit, you dey piss, all those stuff. But once the heart is gone, we're in trouble. So Adadiolamma is very, very dangerous. I took my time and did an in-depth analysis. And what I found blew my mind. Because in Biafra, if you notice, if there's a problem in Uromi, for example, those that will carry it on their head are the Biafrans from the southeast. We go chook mouth. Okwama, that place when they have for Delta, those when carry for head, southeast. Even in Yoruba land, when they want to buy Chief Sunday Igboho, those that carried it in their head to support the Yorubas more, southeast. When there was NSAS in that so-called Nigeria, those who gave more support to the people, southeast. That area they call southeast is the base, the heartbeat of Biafra. So we must make sure, we monitor those who are speaking to that core base in Igbo language. Because if we allow the enemy to come in and deviate them, then we are in trouble. We are in big, big soup. We have to be careful. But let's continue because of time.
May God bless our nation, and may God bless Biafra people all over the world. These are the concise messages from the Prime Minister to the Biafran people.
Okay.
I know some of you will be expecting to hear many other things. When the lawyers or delegations visit someone in prison or in detention, it is not everything that is meant for public consumption.
He now put the caveat there. I know you guys might be expecting more things, but when a delegate or lawyer visits somebody in prisons, it's not everything that is meant for public consumption. But you and I know that Apkarawa has said nothing vital about the so-called visit of those guys that went to see Simon Ekpa. So why make a program to give an update on the one-to-one visit? They call it Brgie first official one-on-one physical visit to PM Ekpa in prison. It is one-to-one, not one-on-one. One-to-one. Not one-on-one. One-to-one visit. So it tells you they have nothing to discuss. They just use psychology to act as if they've got something to say. They've got nothing to tell you. So make we hear Oge Nkere can't do a recap. Then I'll end it there. Listen.
So the one that is for public consumption will come to the public. The one that has to remain in-house will remain in-house. We have delivered the message. So we call on all Biafrans to take the message, and official memo will be released from the Office of the Secretary General of the Biafran government after this to back up this very message from the Prime Minister. And at this very point, I call on the acting Prime Minister, Honorable Oge Nkere, to take the stage and speak to Biafrans. APM, over to you.
Hey, yeah.
Take the stage and speak to Biafrans. APM, over to you.
Over to you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister of Information, Mazi Sonny Apkarawa. Greetings to my fellow citizens. We salute our leader, Mazi Namdekan, our Prime Minister, which we just read his message to his people. We remember our heroes and the Brgie government and Biafrans at large, our defense force, and both those that are sitting at home, showing their readiness to leave the contraption, the zoo terrorist animal kingdom called Nigeria, a failed state. Similar message was also delivered from our sister nation, Ambazonia, yesterday, where Dr. Sho Ayoba used the same tone to encourage the people of Ambazonia to stand strong and fight for their freedom.
Is that why you guys now came with your own story and say, visit from Simon Ekpa? Message from Simon Ekpa, because it can be a coincidence now, but I will allow you to get the floor. Continue.
We can see that both leaders are dancing the dance of freedom. They know what freedom is all about.
Continue now. Don't press pause. Continue for me. Continue.
And our Prime Minister as well made it clear that our freedom is not negotiable. It don't matter what they throw on us. It don't matter how hard they come on us. Biafra must be free. It's not a joke. The zoo terrorist country, they have met their match. Nankiba as well. We will never surrender our land to people that call us infidel, to people that don't like our way of life. to people that want to kill us. Not that the Nigerian terrorist state and the jihadists, not that they want to work with us or live in harmony with us. They want to kill us, not just Islamizing us, not just that they want to make us their slave. They want to wipe us out. Even our Prime Minister being in the so-called questioning and detention where he currently is right now. He's still fighting. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, is still fighting.
That's true.
What about you and I?
We are fighting and we are shouting.
People, we get the message loud and clear that we must be resilient. We must stand strong, unshakable. Fellow Biafrans, for those of you that are waiting until, I have heard that a lot as well. A lot of Biafrans are saying, until our leader, our Prime Minister is out, then they will come and start supporting. What about in the process of waiting? And we allow these terrorists to overrun our land?
Hold it again, plug in again. Plug in about fundraising. People are waiting. They are neutral. Understand when Ekpa is back or free before they start supporting. Before they start supporting. Before they start supporting. Underline the word supporting. What do they mean by supporting? Funds, fundraising, funds through fundraising. Oge Nkere. Now, I'll be very, very frank with you. Nobody is waiting back or whatever. Through your actions and inactions, because we saw the way you did not respond while people were clapping in Latte, Finland. So your inactions, you were not happy with the proclamation of Dr. Brgie. So in your own case, I would say your inactions, because of your action and inaction, the house has been divided. Because of your action and inaction, the things you did and the things you failed to do, Oyibo. So for those in the zoo, if you watch now, they are using my lexicon now. They are using my words. Action, inaction, action. Even a senator was saying it. Action and inaction, action and inaction. I was laughing. I said, well, that's good. My students are now learning. My students are learning. It's good. Because in psychology, it is action and inaction. It means the things you do and the things you fail to do, both of them can be looked at. The things you do and the things you fail to do. That's the meaning of actions and inactions. We look at your body language. We code you. We decipher your body language. We can tell what you are up to. When we study, we decipher your actions and inactions. So please don't just use it for the sake of using it. Understand what you are saying. Go deeper. Go deeper. That's what I'm saying. Learn to go deeper and understand the meaning of that word, the etymology. Where did it come from? In psychology. Action, inaction. Oh man, I need to pat myself on the back. I'm too much. Eh? Oyibo. Adadiolamma will say, Oyibo. Let's continue. So, I was speaking to you, Oge Nkere. The result of your action or inaction has led to the division in the house. Because when we came out from Latte, Finland, from the convention, we were all one, under one voice, under one accord, under one union, under one government, USB. The spirit was high. We were motivated. We were thanking God that we have redeclared our nation. Nigeria was panicking. Then suddenly, you and your boy, that one they call the guy that goes everywhere to do things. His name has escaped me now. The one that discussed Is it Wisdom or whatever his name is? The PA Simon Ekpa. Una two cause problem. The one who helped us to redeclare Biafra, Chief of Staff, on behalf of Simon Ekpa, she gave an instruction. Say, okay, we've had a monumental success in the event we had. Yeah, that boy's name is success as well. No pun intended. For that week, make we relax, make we enjoy and relax. No fundraising that week. The week after, we can do fundraising. But you now caused the problem by sending Apkarawa and Vam to declare that there must be fundraising. Men on ground, men on ground, men on ground. Just 1 week. Since 2021, we've been doing fundraising every week. And just 1 week, we said, make we rest. People, when they give the money, they went to Finland. They have spent so much. You ask for suya. You ask for meat. You ask for shaki. You ask for cow tail. It's coming from the same cow. The same people doing that fundraising are the ones that went to Finland. Let them rest and take succor for 1 week. You said no. That was the first problem. Insubordination. You went against the Chief of Staff as a Minister of Finance because you didn't hear your name as part of the new cabinet. You created a coup, a government, and you went against Dr. Ngozi Orabueze's instruction. Then the CRC, as you claim, they have not made you acting Prime Minister. It means you acted based on a sacked Minister of Finance, as a sacked Minister of Finance. That first week, he said, no, men on ground, we must do a donation. That was when the problem started. Then before you knew it, you now had your own camp. Everybody now joined you. Your Brgie joined you. Those that were against her in those private meetings we saw, they joined you. And since then, we have been divided. So it's because of your action and inaction. Don't blame us. So my people, all I'm saying is don't blame anybody. You created the division. Your camp came with this problem. You gave birth to this problem. So don't pretend. Don't come and blame us. We were all one. We were all happy. We were having a good time. The one that helped to redeclare Biafra on behalf of Simon Ekpa, we were all with her, with your government, and she mentioned a new list of cabinet members. That was where the problem started. When we left Finland, that was when the problem started. You and your men, Apkarawa and the rest of them, they came and they said there must be a fundraising. You went against the Chief of Staff. Then after like 4 or 5 weeks, there was a so-called election by CRC to make you acting Prime Minister. You see, when you follow the timeline, it means you went against the Chief of Staff. You acted against her while you've lost your position as a finance minister. The first week you were out of office, there was a new person who was now the finance secretary. And the word minister became obsolete. We stopped using minister. It was now secretary. You see, so don't blame us now. Don't turn around and blame us. I don't know what you have told Simon Ekpa to now turn the story around and blame Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Someone like me, I will not take that. When Obatobe comes out, I'm still writing my business case. Day-to-day events, I will present it the normal way I present my findings to Obatobe. And since I'm neutral, since he knows my capacity, he knows I'm not part of the government, I am neutral. When he hears your story, hears her story, he will now hear those who, the private individuals who are independent From the beginning, I was the one that said I am an independent media. Go and check my description on my YouTube page. It was written there. We are an independent media. People are copying me now. Hey, I'm independent media. No, you stole it from me. So respect me and put me as a reference when you're saying those things. But no, you steal someone's idea and you run with it. That's the problem with you guys. Eh? Why not quote me? Say, oh, okay, right now, like superstar media, he said he's independent media. Me now, I am also an independent media. Why can't you say that? No, you will steal my idea. You say it to your people. And before you know it, you want to claim the idea. As if you understand the definition of an independent media. This is the problem I have with you guys sometimes. Please learn these things. It is called plagiarism. When you steal someone's idea, don't just run with the idea. That's bad. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm speaking to the media now, those who are in the media, who call themselves an independent media. I'm speaking to you all. Even Adadiolamma is calling herself, I am independent media. Independent media. Ada calling herself independent media. But all this while, you've been in the cabinet. So by proxy, you are not independent for the fact you've been in the government until the last few weeks, where they sacked you and suspended you. Do you see that? That's how you break things down. So let's continue.
We will not wait.
Okay.
Until he's out before we keep fighting.
Now.
We'll be fighting every day. Look all around you. Look at what is happening in Finland and all over that useless country called Nigeria. Nigeria is boiling. It's boiling from the north to the south. It's not working. I believe this message from our Prime Minister uplift you. Word of encouragement. We're supposed to be the one encouraging him, assuring him that we are here, Gideon, that we are standing firm. But look at where he is. He speak up and encourage us to fight the good fight, not the evil fight. Because the fight we are fighting is a good cause. A fight of liberation, a fight of freedom, a fight to live and let live. Because we want to live.
But now, hold on. Are we now in a government? If the answer is yes, then your task, the task I'm giving you should not be only about men on ground. What are you doing to run the government? What are you doing to implement the government? What are you doing to get the government recognized? Oge Nkere, that's the problem. Because you are being a bit myopic. You have zeroed down all what you are doing about fight, men on ground. Fundraising means all the money we raise is just men on ground. What about to run the government? What about to implement the government? What about, to woo the other countries to recognize us? What are you doing about that? How can it be that only the money you are raising is for men on ground? If that's the case, then it means the money you are raising for your own cabinet, your own cabal, then it means it should be enough to deal with men on ground because you are only dealing with a few commanders. But that's funny because I asked myself, how can it be that we are now in a country, we are trying to implement Biafra in Biafra land, and you are only discussing men on ground, every day, every week, men on ground, fundraising for men on ground. That's a problem because it is now broader. The scope of Biafra is now broader. It is no more men on ground. When we were in the struggle, when we were in the liberation, yes, it was men on ground. That was why we had the Liberation Army to support the men on ground. But now we now have a nation. We now have a country. We must expand. Or are you telling me that we are still not a nation yet? Is that what you're telling me? What are you doing? How do you communicate with the governors? Do you fund the governors? These are the problems. How do you take care of the 40 states of Biafra? Or don't you believe in the 40 states of Biafra anymore? Oge Nkere, that's what I'm saying. If you are only taking fundraising to support men on ground, then the money you are raising should be enough for the men on ground. They should be active, because every week you are raising money and you claim you are only dealing with men on ground. When you do your broadcast, it's all about the men on ground. When you are discussing about Simon Ekpa, it's fight. All about the men on ground. What about the scope? What about the other task? You ain't discussing about that. That's the problem. For you, it's only men on ground. Just one department. Men on ground. I'm sorry, men on ground is the job role of a defense secretary, of a defense minister. That is their own job, to defend the land of Biafra. Are you telling me that you are only running one department of defense? You see, this is why you see me, people like us, we stay behind. We don't get involved. Because you guys, you are not ready. Your IQ is very, very low. The way you reason is very, very shallow. You guys ain't ready to discuss freedom. So my people, that's the problem. Men on ground is the job role of the defense secretary or minister. It is not the job role of a prime minister. Please. It is crazy. For someone to be discussing men on ground. We went to Finland to redeclare a nation. And you come back, you are only discussing one element, one department, men on ground. Give me your money, give fundraising for men on ground. That's madness. How do you run the whole company called Nigeria or Biafra? That's the question. See it that way. To run a nation, you don't just discuss one department. Mbana, how many men now? Unless you are telling us that we don't have a country yet, and what we went to Finland was a jamboree. If what we did in Finland means something to you, then you should broaden your horizon. Your scope should be broadened to cover every element, all the departments, all the sectors, the business area of Biafra. That's what I'm saying. But right now, what you are doing is limited in scope. You are only discussing men on ground. It's shocking, embarrassing for someone like me. It is embarrassing. It's like, it's like USA now. Trump is only saying, oh, just the border of America. Mexicans are coming. We must raise the wall. We must raise the wall. For the past 4 months that he became president, we must raise the wall. Everything he's talking about, raise the wall, raise the wall. No, Trump is discussing taxation. He is discussing tariff. He is discussing, situations done by Biden's government. He is discussing same-sex, all those things. He's discussing, putting Nigeria back as the list of the countries of, things like that. Discuss vast. Don't only discuss men on ground. That's my problem. What else are you doing in the name of God? Is that how you want to run this new country, Biafra? All about men on ground? You guys know I'm saying the truth, but you pretend. But when you compare what Dr. Ngozi Orabueze is doing, she's very vast. When she did discuss, she did very vast. She says everything. I will leave it here. Let's just hear him. Let's hear him.
We don't want to allow the Islamist jihadists to behead us, to kill us, to rape our family, to destroy everything, to our livelihood.
Men on ground.
This is a fight for freedom.
Men on ground.
A fight to finish.
Men on ground.
And we must do it.
Men on ground.
It don't matter what they throw on us.
Men on ground.
We are happy. We have an exceptional leader like our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa.
I agree.
Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
I agree.
And all well-meaningful, genuine Biafrans who want Biafrans to be free.
Men on ground.
If you have not keyed in now, If you have not support your freedom,
men on ground,
time will come
men on ground,
when you will ask yourself question. I hope you have a story to tell your children.
Men on ground.
I hope you have a story to tell your people.
Men on ground.
I hope you have a story for your generation.
Men on ground.
You better have a good story.
Men on ground.
Not the bad one that will make your generation stone you, curse you. Fellow Biafrans, let us all of us come together. And the reality is now playing in our eyes. We can see that we as free people, we deserve to be free. We deserve to fight for our freedom.
Men on ground.
Our Prime Minister made it clear as well that our freedom is not negotiable.
Men on ground.
I always refer that to Obama, where Obama said, unity of Nigeria is not negotiable.
Men on ground.
It's the other way around. The indigenous people of that country called Nigeria, of which the Biafrans have redeclared their nation, are Latin and letting the world know that we are not part of Nigeria. Biafran unity is not negotiable. We must be free. Thank you, fellow Biafrans. And we also going to be having a town hall meeting this evening. I believe it's 8 p.m. Biafran time. Key in, and we also have a address where we address what is happening in Biafra land and around Nigerian terrorist country as well.
Men on ground.
So that we all can know the way forward.
Men on ground.
Because Nigeria is boiling. Keep the fire on. Keep the fire on. Keep that fire burning. Nigeria is not a country. Nigeria is a scam.
Now.
Thank you, fellow Biafrans. Thank you, Honorable Minister of Information, for what you're doing. Thank you.
Men on ground, men on ground, men on ground. Do you now see that? Do you now see what I'm talking about? A keynote speech by an acting prime minister is centered all around one particular department, men on ground. Brgie, what are you doing about funding the 40 states of Biafra? Brgie, what are you doing about taking care of, the people of Biafra? Brgie, what are you doing about winning the other nations towards seeing Biafra as a new nation and coming out in the public to support us? What are you doing about that? Brgie, what are you doing about the welfare of the 80 million Biafrans? Brgie, oh Brgie. What are you doing about the people defending themselves? Because last time when Dr. Ngozi discussed about Biafra, she made it to become law. Self-defense. I saw all of you come out and attack her. Today, you see what is happening now in Uromi. The Muslims in the north, they say they are coming to the south to kill the Christians. What do you expect? Self-defense to the rescue. Fellow Biafrans, I need you all to open your ears. I'm not saying join whoever. But when you listen to people like this, you must sometimes, go into their mind and understand what they're talking about. For me, that's the way I reason. Logic. If you are in a country, don't just discuss one topic, one segment, one department for the past 4 months. That's madness. You must be sophisticated enough, robust enough to discuss all the various departments that makes up that country, the various sectors. Let the whole world know we are open for business. Biafra is open for business. Woo them, tell them, discuss political affairs, current affairs. That's how I expect an acting prime minister to behave. But in this case, it's a bit strange that we do fundraising and all the money is centered upon men on ground, men on ground, men on ground, men on ground. It's a bit strange. If that's how you guys want it, so be it. Those that believe that's the best way to go, so be it. But what job or what is it doing to implement Biafra in Biafra land? That's a multi-million-dollar question that I hope the team around Oge Nkere will start, to make him to ponder around and think about such. Because last time I said the job no dey easy. To be a acting prime minister, it no dey easy. No be easy job. Even me, when they talk all these things, I will struggle in that field because I will have to study vast and wide. You become the captain. All the different departments, they come to you to brief you. When they brief you, you now take those briefings and you make it your own and champion it. The same way Trump is doing. You see the way Trump is talking. They brief him, he comes in the public and he discusses. He owns it. He now makes it his own to reflect the vision of Trump. But in most cases, it was the briefing they gave to him behind closed doors that he is coming to discuss to the whole world. That's what I'm saying. But in the case of Oge Nkere, men on ground, men on ground, men on ground, men on ground, that's all I've been hearing from these guys. It's a problem. It is a problem. For example, if Trump is only saying build the walls against the Mexicans, against the migrants, build the walls. We want the walls to be taller. We want a bigger wall. We must spend all the money on the wall. Do your funding. Tax them to build the wall. Build the wall. They are coming. Mexicans are coming. They are coming from the south. They are coming from the north. They are coming to the boats. They are coming at night. They are coming in the morning time. Build the wall. Build the wall. For the past 4 months, build the wall. Build the wall. Build the wall. Then they'll say that man is a madman. That's what I'm saying. Oge Nkere and those handling you, start talking like a prime minister. If you claim to be an acting prime minister, it means you are acting in the role of a prime minister. And I wouldn't expect our prime minister to come out from freedom and only discuss men on ground. That will be a problem. It will be a red flag. Fellow Biafrans, I will leave it here. For those that have ears, let them hear. For those who ain't get ear, make them hear. Thank you very much. God bless you. And may God bless Biafra. I love you all. Yeah, Biafra, Biafra. Yeah, Superstar Media. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra. I wanna know. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra, Biafra. I wanna know. We going back to the land. We going back to the motherland. Biafra, Biafra. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the land. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra, Biafra. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the land.